Hey, what's going on, y'all? Josh Cathcart back here at Hardball Academy with Hitting Done Right. For this next instructional video, I'm going to be discussing the difference between collapsing the backside, dropping the shoulder, and proper tilt. Okay? As hitters, you may hear your coaches say, keep a strong backside. What exactly does that mean? Okay? Well, for me, and my understanding and what I try to get through to my hitters is once we get into a strong load position on the backside, I'm here, and now I don't want to lose this, okay? This would be a strong backside here. If I get coming and I get forward, I've lost my strength from my load up into my backside. If I come back and I kind of drop in and get into this collapse move, I've also lost the strength in my backside. Okay, so a lot of times you hear people talking about swings and they're like, oh, they're dropping their shoulder, they're collapsing their backside. That is what that would look like. Come in here, get into the swing, and we start to come backwards. The head starts working up, the hip starts working under us without the drive move, just kind of sliding, and we lose the stability on that back leg. Okay, so that would be the collapse that we want to avoid, staying strong on the backside. Okay, now, the difference between dropping the shoulders and shoulder tilt. Okay, huge topic, I guess, out in the hitting world at this point, because you're starting to see more and more of the swings that get and teach this tilt going backwards early. For me, anything that works behind my back hip once I hit launch, meaning if I get here and I start to do this move back toward the catcher, okay, that first move, that's going to be a problem, all right? I like to think about working the back shoulder to the middle, all right? So that would be here, and then back shoulder works to the middle, and then would be on out through the swing. Tilt of the shoulders is when we are in posture, okay? And now we start to come down and we hold this lateral bend coming down, and now my shoulders start to create tilt. But it is not back this way where that knob would get pointed up real early. It's down to the middle, creating tilt. Now, the varying degree of tilt is determined by pitch location. Okay, if I have a pitch that's more up in the zone, my tilt is going to be very minimal. Now we're still going to have some, okay? That barrel's going to work underneath the hands a touch, but up in the zone, I'm much more closer to flat. If that pitch is down, obviously as I come in, I have to tilt much more to match the plane of that pitch, okay? Mike Trout, best in the game, getting down to that low pitch and really squaring it up. So, be very aware of what you're looking at when you're talking about dropping the shoulders, shoulder tilt, and collapsing the backside, all right? Remember, that collapse is where we work under, get our upper body kind of working back behind us here. That would be a negative. When we get in here, we start to come and we really drop this shoulder back first. What we want, strong backside load, strong backside and launch, and then work to the middle with our tilt to help us get on plane. So I hope that helps an understanding of this. I'm going to follow this up with a couple drills for y'all. All right, y'all, for this first drill dealing with keeping a strong backside and proper tilt instead of collapsing and dropping the shoulder, this one's going to be very, very simple. It's just going to be turn to the middle, all right? I'm going to take this piece of PVC right here in the middle of my body, all right? And now I want to work different heights, okay? It's going to be coming down, and I'm going to take that hand and just work right to the center. I want to try to keep my head in line with the pole where I'm not falling back this way from it, or I'm not starting to get this way, all right? I want to stay centered. I want that strong backside like we talked about. We're not going to get going this way first, all right? Going to go middle, middle first. Come through. You'll notice the shoulder tilt here at this position, okay? Now if I want to go up in the zone a little, Notice a little bit more flat with the shoulders, okay? That would be the tilt. Again, depending on location, more tilt down, less tilt up. And you can just get them to rep out here. We can trigger and come here. Now down, up, down, okay? And you want to try to keep that head as still as possible and in the same spot, okay? You may have a little bit more down as they get down in the zone here, but that's down around under my knees if I had a bat in my hand, okay? So trying to keep that head still and then just turn to the center. Very, very simple. Really easy for kids to feel which way they're actually moving, all right? So that's your first drill, just turn to the center. All right, y'all, for drill number 2, this is just gonna be turn to contact, okay? We're just kind of building off what we just did with turn to the center, all right? I've got this ball set on the outer third right now, and it's just mid-thigh, okay? Pitch that we love to drive out over the plate, all right? And all you're gonna do is you're gonna get your player into launch, and then we just want to make sure again that we're not falling back, okay? We don't want to collapse and get that shoulder dropping, and we don't want to come in here and drop down this way, okay? So head stays still, just release and turn to contact, okay? At this point, you should see that shoulder tilt matching up with the bat, all right? This is the angle that we want to create. So if the ball were coming in, that would be a good indicator of proper plane match. All right, so you would do 2 or 3 at that location, and then I like to go ahead and just get right here and get it up in the zone a little bit so that they can feel that a little more flat. Just turn right to contact. You'll notice that angle or that tilt is much flatter at the top. Barrel is still underneath my hands when I get here, okay? It's not coming in this way, all right? It's not perfectly flat. It's still underneath the hands, but much flatter than it would be down here, all right? And then get it down as low as you possibly can. I like to get inside, okay? That's just on the inner third right here. And then as we come here, really working and maybe even slow it down the first couple times and make sure that they're getting that barrel behind the ball. We're not scooping up under it, and we sure as heck don't want to be smothering it, hitting that easy rollover ground ball. So here, turn, and then notice the angle difference, all right? Just getting those players to understand how tilt varies with pitch location and really feeling that turn from the backside without collapsing down or diving down, all right? So number 2, turn to contact. All right, guys, for this third one, I'm going to break out the Perfect Swing Trainer. If you've seen my online stuff, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, you've seen this. I've been using these now about 2 years, and in my opinion, one of the best path trainers for young players. I'm going to demonstrate a couple here, but man, if you've got a team, organization, you own a facility, you got young kids in there, this is one of the best, okay? So, talking about not collapsing the backside or dropping the shoulder, which is going to cause the uppercut. If we get in here and we did that with this, I would be banging this back end every single time as I come in here, all right? This orange apparatus right here, we want to be able to come under, and if we do, we're going to have our bat covering the zone from back to front and all the way through, all right? The angle is going to adjust based on height, like we talked about a minute ago, okay? The higher this thing goes, the flatter we want it to go. The lower, a little more angle, and we start creating more and more tilt with the shoulders to get on path without collapsing down and back, okay? So you would have this one be a little bit lower here. Where it was up, it was a little bit flatter. So a really great tool. Again, if you have kids that start collapsing and dropping, they're going to bang it back here. If you have kids that want to come in and get this way, we're going to bang the top. We should be able to work that swing path right underneath the orange and behind the baseball. Go ahead and change that. Bring it on up. Okay, notice how it's going to flatten out a touch, but we're still going to have Barrel below the hand slightly, shoulders and barrel matching up. Come through, and right there. Okay, so the Perfect Swing Trainer, great tool. These things are extremely durable. That's always a question. They really are, but one of my favorites and can adjust however you need it. So I hope those 3 help. Huge thing, don't drop and collapse. Learn to tilt with proper posture. All right, y'all, if there's any questions over this or anything that I've covered, let me know. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all be good.